why chiropractors are the true miracle workers. So before I get into it, I was sitting here doing something that I'm constantly trying to help people with on a day-to-day basis, and that's called overthinking it. So if you're watching the video version of this podcast right now, you'll see that I have my Apple earpods in, and if you notice, they're kind of like dangling in front of me because the cable is only long enough to reach the dashboard. And I have to use these headphones because I'm driving and I need my GPS. So anywho, I was sitting there going back and forth like, okay, should I take my headphones out? Should I just record the podcast as audio? I was like, just hit the damn red button and record your thoughts. So anyway, while I'm saying that, the GPS is speaking in my ear. Okay, so why chiropractors? No, let me start that over because I wanted to say it this way. Chiropractors are the true miracle workers. And why do I say that? That's something that I put up on Facebook and Instagram this past week, a couple days ago. And it was after a recent happening in my life. And I did it twofold. One side was an actual story that happened in my life that I was looking forward to telling. And the other was a little bit of a religious jab. A little bit of a secular humanist religious jab or religious humor. So, anywho, but this is what I'm talking about, right? Let me get to the point. This past week, I would say probably for the last maybe a month or so, I've been dealing with a little bit of a lower back kind of thing going on around my lumbar, as they say. And for those that don't know, that's the lower part of your back. And I was experiencing a little bit of pain, a little bit of pressure or whatever. So I had, I guess about 2 days ago, I went to the chiropractor yesterday. I said 2 days ago. This was yesterday. And I don't know how I could forget because my back feels totally different. Hence this podcast. So bear with me. I got to take you back for a little bit of a story to tell you where this all began. About maybe 5 years ago now. So 2014. I noticed that when I sat down, I started to have a little bit of pressure in my lower back. And it didn't really hurt too bad. But, I could feel a little pressure there. So, I was wondering what was going on. And then eventually, maybe after doing some a little bit of research, I wound up looking into the chiropractor. Now, prior to that, I never had any experience with the chiropractor, and neither did anyone in my family. So, but I knew the chiropractor, worked on your back. So I decided to book an appointment, and I went, and my whole perspective of chiropractors was like revolutionized, was changed. When I tell you it was the best experience since Saturday morning cartoons with a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Cocoa Puffs. When I tell y'all it was the next best thing to sliced bread, as the former generation to mine would say, it was life-changing. The way that I heard about it was my bass player and best friend, Blue, and he was going to a chiropractor for his back, and he told me about how much better he felt, and he said when they get to the point of cracking your neck, he's like, don't let them leave, don't let them finish the appointment without them cracking your neck. He was like, it's gonna be mind-blowing. So me, like most people, I was like, because the only thing I know about cracking necks and the motion that he did like that was kung fu movies and Saturday morning karate. Saturday morning karate flicks. And so that twist, or Van Damme movies. Van Damme, who else? Steven Seagal, Sylvester Stallone, Sylvester Stallone, Rambo. Like, I only know about that kind of motion from breaking people's necks. So anyway, but I've always been a person who was open enough to continue to go forward with something, especially if I was ignorant and someone else had a better education on it. So I went to the chiropractor, and I wanted to do this podcast because it's a couple reasons. It's two or threefold. Number one, I just wanted to share my experience, and number two, I wanted to really help. I wanted to really help with some fears, some stereotypes, some stigmas around going to the chiropractor. Because what I'm finding and talking to people is that there are more people that have never been to a chiropractor than people that have. So, they take you through this procedure where you lay on your back, and they'll grab your legs, they'll measure them. They can actually see that you have a leg shorter than the other, like when you're out of alignment. And I find that amazing. But they can look at it similarly to how, like, I can look at piano keys and see chords and see whole songs. So they put you on your back, they put you on your stomach, they put you on your side, and they press down and they do these motions. In fact, at many times it looks like they're wrestling you. They're all up on you, pushing you. But when I tell you the relief that you get when you relax and when you hear the crack, same way like you would with your knuckles. Interesting, because I can't pop my knuckles anymore. What's that all about? When I was a kid, I used to be able to do it all the time. Now, so, sorry, I'm listening to the GPS. So they do all these, these different motions, and when you come out of there, oh my gosh, they have this thing where they take your neck and they pull it up a little bit. There's a part like right in the middle of your back where when they press down, you feel it open up, and I guess it can be scary hearing about this stuff, but I'm still here talking to you like this. We haven't gotten to the point of what do they call that? That fake movie stuff they're about to start dealing with. We haven't gotten to that point yet. Or me as a hologram. Like, this is the real me. I went to the chiropractor for the last couple of years and I've survived, y'all. So, you go through all these motions. You lay on your side. You push your leg up and they push down, and they open you up. And then at the first chiropractor I went to, they also have a rolling table where you lay on that on your back, and there's all these rollers like back in the day in the department stores, or as matter of fact at the they still have them at warehouses, the rollers. Like, you lay on one of those and it just massages your back. And then they've got the table where, I think it might be the same table, in fact, there's another like raised portion, like a hump in the table that it's under the rollers, and so it goes back and forth, and when it gets to the middle of your back, it's some of the most soothing feeling in the world. You don't know that you could be feeling a whole lot better. You don't know that you're not functioning at your highest, most vibrant, most like, it's a great day today. Wow, I feel energized. Until you go to the chiropractor. You don't know that you're not getting the most sleep. And I'm talking about even if you think you feel good. There's a little video that I did when I came out of the chiropractor yesterday that I had my daughter Aria to film, and I'll probably put it up tomorrow. And look at this fool. I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody's just completely driving on the shoulder like it's a street. Um, I had Aria to take a video of me coming out of the chiropractor. I can't believe this, y'all. I'm sorry. Everybody's looking at him like, what do you? He literally has made a lane out of the shoulder. And he's just like, on the shoulder, y'all, like it's an actual lane. He just, hey, how you doing? What? So anyway, sorry, I know I'm all over the place. This is my life. I've been learning about communication styles, and I'm learning about how I speak. I'm very much in many different directions. So anyway, so I had Aria to take this video of me coming out of the chiropractor, and I'm gonna put James Brown, "I Feel Good" behind it, and I did a little dance or whatever. I just want everybody on earth to go to the chiropractor. You sleep better. You realize that you're tight in places where you don't realize that you're tight. It's like the equivalent of a massage, but like a zen level massage where you open up from the inside. You're like, damn, like I didn't know I could feel this good. Like, what is going on? And so, yeah, I want to help people to go. So, that's where it all started for me about 5 years ago. In fact, let me show y'all this. So this is my Extreme Comforts back support cushion. And this is really good for making sure your posture, is really on point and that kind of thing. So, I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. Make sure I didn't miss my exit. So I have that, and I also have a cushion that goes under me, and it has the back portion cut out, and it allows for your tailbone. It's for sciatica. It's for lower back pain, and it feels so good. So the chiropractor is nothing to be afraid of. The chiropractor they're the true miracle workers, because you really feel different when you come from the chiropractor. And for those that are in Baltimore, just to give you some of the other side of the coin, many people say, well, is it expensive? What? So it can be but it also is they have so many options where it's not. And that's the one that I use, because who has money just to spend, even though it's the best investment you can make, it's your body, but trying to take care of other things in life, you don't always have it. So there's a place, if you're in Baltimore, there's a place, and they might be outside of Baltimore too, but there's a place called The Joint. And The Joint is in Baltimore County, specifically on Reisterstown Road if you're in Baltimore. And I love it because they don't take insurance, and their fee is $30 for the first visit, and their wellness plan is basically where you just pay $20 a visit. And let me tell y'all, this is the best $20 you could ever spend on yourself. I'm going to actually try to offer what I can to help them to take it to the next level as far as awareness. This business is next level. When I looked it up, I was first skeptical because I was like, The Joint. I mean, that just sounds like, somebody was just like, well, what do we call it? Oh, The Joint. But at the same time, when I looked into it and I saw the place and I saw the way it was set up, it's like a modern feel to it. And I was like, oh, this is really The Joint. Like, this is cool as fuck. This is like artistic. Like, I get this from a musical perspective. And so their business formula is that they don't take insurance, because most people either can't afford or don't have insurance. So this allows for people to just kind of receive this healing on a regular basis and only spend about $80 a month instead of spending, you know, $80 a visit, you know, because that's what it can be like. Y'all gotta go to the chiropractor. You just don't understand. It's so good that now I live in West Baltimore, and the chiropractor is in the county. So from my house, it's about maybe 20 minute drive or so. But I used to live about 5 minutes from this area, and my daughter is in the area, so I actually am out there, you know, at least once a week. This is a place. The chiropractor is where you'd go on your lunch break. Like you just go, you'd be sitting down with your friends having lunch, and then like 15 minutes in, you go, "Hey, I'll talk to you in a few. I'm getting ready to shoot up the street." Like you were saying, "Hey, I'm about to go grab a cigarette," or "I'm about to, you know, I don't know, if you weren't eating, I'm about to run and grab something to eat, like grab some lunch." Like the chiropractor is like body lunch. So anywho, go to the chiropractor, and even if you think you feel amazing, I promise you just don't realize you don't. You haven't seen the true saviors. You haven't seen the true miracle workers, the chiropractors. So I just want to give a shout out to all the chiropractors out there. I want you to know that you are appreciated, and I love you. So yeah, check that out, y'all. Drop a line if you have any questions. If you think like, you know, that you're gonna go in there and you're still afraid, thinking that you're gonna come out dead, you know, you know, or that they're gonna mess you up more than they fix you up, drop a line, you know, drop a message, drop a question. And if you've already been, please jump on this post. This will be the only time that you are allowed on my post to type in all caps all the way through. Just, "Yes, I've been to the chiropractor, and I want to tell you that the chiropractor is amazing." Like, this is the only time you get to speak like that in all caps, because I hate that shit. Don't try to hate that unless you're the person. If you're the person, stop that shit. Because typing in all caps is psychologically annoying. But this is the time where you can do that if you've been to the chiropractor. So please, drop a line, either drop a question, or if you can attest to this, please attest away. And yeah. I promise you'll treat people better. Somebody cut you off on the highway, you won't be as upset if you went to the chiropractor. So, all right, y'all. Peace.